Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ace.
Mecca with the
And
bear head.
speaking of bear heads, we're gonna be doing a little Halloween fun time sketch today.
That's what I did. I was doing foreshadowing. It was to build dramatic tension.
I think we have some people who get what foreshadowing is. Anyway.
So, yeah, we're going to do a little sketchy cast of designing Halloween costumes. They'll be relatively simplistic. They're like your classic, dollar Halloween costume, one step above toilet paper mummy.
Yeah.
They're based around one gag that we really had fun with at Spirit Halloween. Mine being a bear mask that has a movable jaw, which is just really fun. So we came up with, we were both animal themed, so we're being different animal berserkers, which is a thing in, I believe, Celtic or Viking history and lore, debated on the historical accuracy of how they're depicted. Sometimes it's said that they're all shroomed up and running around. Some people just think that they're really into it. So I'm pretty sure they wore animal skins.
Yeah.
Because kind of like ninjas, they went into the idea of hey, let's make these idiots think we're mystical. So I'll wear a bear head, and people will think I'm a bear.
But it's just fun to think how fucking high.
I mean, again, that's a very controversial in the historical community. I think some people are like, oh yeah, definitely they shroomed up. They got that damage resistance. Other people are like, no, you idiots. They actually were fighting. They needed their senses. I don't know which one has more validity to it. Not really the point. The point is that it's another case of real world being really weird and giving a lot of inspiration for monster stuff.
Well, you know what they say. Truth is stranger than fiction.
It's also strange when I draw me trying to hold a sword and it actually looks like a penis, so I have to adjust it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Always fun. But yeah, so we're just taking kind of our one prompt and playing with things we have. Originally, I had this whole idea for a very Viking-esque design, but on a fluke, I brought my bear masks to my martial arts studio to scare the children, because it's what I do.
You always do that.
I always do that.
Yeah.
And, my instructor actually was all for it this time around. Don't know why. Don't know if she just has realized that I don't normally hurt anyone, or if she's just kind of losing her mind during lockdowns as well, and she's just let the chaos reign. So she let me wear the mask around for class, and I realized that a crazy bear mask on my sword uniform and armor, because some of you may not know, I have a full suit of sparring armor. I think it's pretty cool.
It just works.
Yeah,
for what we had.
It worked surprisingly well, like a weird anime Freddy Fazbear Death Machine type thing. I don't know. I guess I feel like it's a good way to sum it up. But yeah, so I started off with those sketches because those were kind of the first things in my mind. All these sketches are by me, by the way. I'm just the faster pen, so I'm good for idea vomit. And I hope you guys enjoy these kind of thumbnail loose style sketches, because they're actually very fun. They're a little bit easier to make sometimes because we don't have to spend an extra hour or whatever, doing rendering and everything like that.
Right.
It's just literally having fun with the idea, which I think is important. Whether you want to be a professional artist or if art is just your hobby, you need to be able to kind of word vomit, for your own good.
And being able to refine on multiple ideas and not just the one.
I wouldn't even call it refining. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I feel like refining puts the wrong idea into it because.
But you know what I mean, yeah. Right?
You need to be able to build the different ideas. You need to be able to visualize them.
Yeah.
So here we chose the armor idea. So even though we're not refining it, we're getting one bigger, kind of slightly more detailed version of do we like this? Let's make sure we like this.
Yeah. And we do, because
yeah.
we originally had the kilt idea and then the harem pants.
harem pants,
The
which I
harem
think we're still
pants.
going to do the harem pants just cause
Yeah, like
'cause
underneath the armor, because you don't want to get your Gundam pants dirty.
yeah, because
Which is valid.
So, yeah,
It's uniform.
the
So
the amount of trouble I would get in if I came to class with muddy corn on my Gumdo pants. Oh, my butt would be beat. But yeah, because that's the thing. We're not doing like final art pieces for these necessarily, but we are planning on wearing these costumes. So we're gonna go to a corn maze.
corn maze fun.
Corn maze fun. Yeah, a lot of our college buddies, we're gonna dress up and go wreak havoc in a little small town corn maze. I think most people will enjoy us. I think there may be one snarky parent like, what the heck are these people? Why?
Don't let my children near them.
Yeah. And I will chase both their children and them.
Yes.
And destruction will be brought for they have disrespected the bear. So yeah. Another thing that's really fun, I realized I haven't drawn my armor very much, which is weird because of how much I love it. I've taken many photos for like some high school projects for it. So like I have that, but I haven't actually like done fan art for it for some reason.
Yeah.
So, but I've realized that it's very fun to draw because even though there's multiple pieces and they like interact in certain ways, it's very shapely. You know, it's just like, here's this square for the bicep, here's this square for the shoulder protection. And that's actually really, really fun. So, yeah, this is just kind of the basis of the costume that I want to wear this year. It's not as Viking as the original idea was. But again, part of it almost feels better. Just gonna true up some of the lines and clarify. Truing up for those that may not know, because we'll interject a little bit of tutorial bits. And this is how it was explained to me. You may have had it explained differently to you in school.
What?
Truing up the line.
Truing up?
You've never heard truing up the line?
No, what the... What is this?
Oh, maybe this is an animated thing. So sketches have that very loose, or like pencil tests especially, in animation. You know pencil tests, right?
Right.
So they have that sketchy look to them. You know, you have multiple iterations of each line, and it looks almost like they petted the line, but we're obviously always told don't pet the line, which is the term for when you make little chicken scratch lines. So, like, if you're making one curved line, you're like, duh. You following so far? Or?
Yeah, I follow.
Okay. Your following face is the same as your what the fuck face. So we're obviously told, not to do that. So truing up the line is a technique that kind of gets you that same solidity of, clarifying the line and getting that sketchy look without doing the petting and drawing from the wrist. So you take your, especially with like pencil, your loose lines, you draw a harder line across it. So that it kind of solidifies and makes more clear the shape in your sketch. Does that make sense, or?
Okay, so it's basically an outline, but not really an outline.
Kind of, yeah. Again, it was explained to me as like choosing which of, like, what part of the sketch line is where you really want the final line to end up.
Yeah. It's me.
It's you.
It's me.
This was the second head because I just didn't want to include the first head because it didn't embody your cuteness. It didn't have any life to it, and all it did was show me I don't like drawing you that way. Yeah.
I wanted to do a deer.
Yeah, Ace is gonna be our little deer berserker.
So, to all those people who said that I'm a female, I have to be a doe, and does don't have antlers.
No one said that.
Just shush.
You don't have to defend it. No one's gonna.
I want to ram people with horns. Damn it.
That's true. That is the whole antithesis of this. Because I said berserker, so I'm like, what weapon would you use? Would you use a bat, a club, an axe? You're like, I don't want a weapon. What do you mean? I'm just gonna headbutt people.
Where the blood on my antlers.
We'll put it in post. We'll add it in post. So yeah, I mean, basically we're just doing a bunch of different iterations of ideas we have that we could either get at the thrift store or costume bits we already have lying around.
Yeah.
Which this first idea was basically the original
arrow
costume,
design,
but with horns.
Yeah, with deer horns.
because Arrow's original design, we should definitely do. Eventually, we'll do a video on like just the many times Arrow has been redesigned.
Oh my lord!
Because the original idea was because Arrow was the character you played in our LARP club.
Yep.
You
Yep.
just put Arrow together from costume bits you had found at Torso, which is a clothing, fashion, and I think actually the main thing is underwear. Funnily enough, they have like a giant underwear section store on High Street. And for Halloween, they always like went from this weird collegey. It's not a sex store, but it was a. I don't know. It was very like fat. Like I said, the thing you would expect to see on a college campus.
Yeah.
But they would turn from that into this very fun Halloween store. They had steampunk masks. They had corsets and costume bits. They had, I think, even like a little bit of makeup, rubber masks, gloves.
Yeah.
Everything that you could need to put together a costume last minute. So we went there and they had this amazing sale after Halloween. It was like 50% off. And you were like, I think I know what I'm doing. You grabbed a little jacket and corset combo.
And then like a set of pants. And
yeah, and we were off to the races. And that was Arrow for, 2 or 3 years or something like that. And it worked.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years. No, it was 2 years, and then 1 year we decided to redesign her.
Because we wanted to make the wings permanent, I think was the first edition.
Yes.
So,
and then we redesigned her again.
We redesigned her twice for Hit Camp.
Yep.
So, yeah. But yeah. And then we started thinking, like, well, you like hoodies, obviously. The Arrow idea is fun. But we're like, what if we went a little bit more, like, fae-ish, I guess? Like, more fairy-esque. With that childlike fairy tale aspect to it. So like, what if we slap you in the hoodie? And we can put like some little blood, because the Silhouette hoodie I have is like a light gray, so some dark blood splotches on it would show up really well. And we just kind of kept going from there, because that one I guess was like with it closed. We're like, what if we still have the corset on you, just to add like some depth to the costume, which I think is what we end up going with. And I think that this, and maybe it's just because I started putting the most detail into it, but I do like how this looks.
Yep.
I like. I was gonna say I like accentuating like your derpiness.
Because that is me.
Yeah. And we'll try to either go back to this Halloween store and get you some bones, or I'll get my 3D printer and we'll print you up some bones. Have your belt. We were gonna draw like markings that you're gonna put on your arm. We never actually did. I think we're just gonna improv them day of. But that arm is there so that we'll do some shit.
We're gonna do something, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and we're just gonna we line these up to be like.
What was that in my hand that you drew?
I think I was thinking of getting, because I have a plush squirrel lying around somewhere. I thought it'd be funny if you were just carrying a bloodied squirrel carcass.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, just a really weird idea. So yeah, just getting this little slightly more clear idea of it together. This one's kind of easy just because I'm drawing very basic ace and then just throwing shit on top.
Yeah.
There's not as many.
You've been drawing me a lot.
I've drawn both of us many times. Whenever I tell someone like to subscribe to us, I'm like, we're Misfit artists. I'm like, I've been told that it'll be a cartoon caricature of two dumb faces. I've been told because I think it was my dad was the first one who said like, your avatar actually looks. No, it was someone from Martial Arts class. She said, your avatar does actually look like you. I'm like, well, that's the point. It's like, yeah, but it's so simplified and cartoonified. But you found the details that show your personality.
Yeah.
Like, you have a beard, and it's fuller than your beard actually is. But the sharpness of it kind of shows your zaniness. And same with, like, the unkempt mohawk. And then drawing you, like... Again, the glasses shape isn't perfect. But I've been told that the way they rest on your head and kind of, like, simplify the eyes, just, like, those really happy dots. And your big... Because when you smile very big.
Yes.
I think that's part of the thing. You do more open mouth smiles, but whenever I smile, it's almost always, closed, like a straight line almost. So
I have toothy grin.
Yeah, I don't know
But
what it is.
anyway,
So that's our
that's
costume
our
sketches.
Halloween
Yeah.
ideas.
I'd love to see drawings of your costumes all. I would love if you comment ideas, because maybe if we comment fast enough, it'll be something that we can bring into the costume before our corn maze. And we'll probably post something at least on Instagram for the corn maze,
Yeah.
because there's going to be shenanigans. Yeah. I hope you enjoy this. I like these little sketchy videos. I don't know if everyone else does, but I do.
Well,
And-
we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see about that.
And before we log off, I just want to say I finished editing the HitCam pilot. It's definitely going to come out this month. The only thing left is like a stinger at the end that I'd like to add and making the credit sequence. But the pilot
it's
is
happening.
edited. Yeah.
It's happening, you guys.
So if you're someone who did actually subscribe just for that, you're like, where is it? It's coming. Please. The biggest thing we're waiting for now is because I want to post it when I'm not high off my surgery next week, so I can enjoy it.
Excuse you.
Thank you. And we want to hype it up some more. We want to get as many people to look at it as possible, because we already have ideas for season 2.
So what is the season 2? Do you mean episode 2?
Episode 2.
You do.
I'm full.
So what is the set date?
Oh, well, Halloween is on a Sunday, so probably the day before Halloween is going to be the big plan.
Yep.
That lines up kind of perfectly for a
Yeah.
Saturday upload for us. So yeah.
Yep.
That's
October 30th.
That's kind of our hope. So again, I hope you all are looking forward to it. It'll be fun. It's a little bit more action thriller than straight up horror, but we needed to do it that way to kind of start telling the story proper. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the costumes. Hope you have a safe Halloween.
And until then, stay safe, stay spooky,
weird.
stay weird.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Boy.